Now all these small regions were very much busy at that time to fight with each other, to invade each other. Now this is what this shows, the very hunger of the power. This shows the very hunger of a particular region or area, and this is how England could not be united as a separate nation. If we look beyond to the boundaries of England, we can find France or Spain and other wars. During that particular period, they were continuously involved into the war, major or the minor. Apart from that, there is the conflict within. One king tries to kill another king. One person who claims the authority, or who claims their crown, and in that particular way they create many conspiracies, many intrigues, and many killings and murders. The very idea of morality was almost lacking. If we look at the character of Falstaff, or if we look at the character of Richard III, when we go through the play, we always find Richard III continuously focusing on his own only motive to become a king. And to become a king, he can go to any extent. And we can find that in the beginning he plotted against the original king. He married Anne, and then finally that widow, king's widow, and finally he also killed Anne. And anybody that comes into his own way, he used to kill, or he used to murder in one or the other way. The very next moment when we talk about morality, we can find sometimes false morality. The character of Falstaff was one of the example. The character of King Henry IV, in the beginning of the part 1, he declared that he is going to Jerusalem on pilgrimage to pure himself from the crimes that he has committed against the king in one or the other way. Hotspur was almost very much involved into the revolt and revenge when he was not happy with the king's contribution. What was his complaint? That king now forgot the support, that how he wanted to become a king in the past, and how Percy family helped him. Now this shows that King Henry IV also has some plotting against the previous king, and that's why he asked the help for the Hotspur and Percy family. In Henry V also we can find the element of immorality, that in the beginning we can find he is wasting his time into the fashion, he is wasting his time into the drinking, into the very outside area of the very small, very lower kind of people. And who are those who were their friends? They were Falstaff and the company. They are almost criminals. And the very future king was involved into one kind of an robbery. So such kind of things are always give a different perspective to the public of the contemporary period. And it also gives an opportunity to compare whether leader's quality, that whether the leader should be an ideal honest man like Caesar or Brutus, and whether they are like Richard III or all the Henry kings. Another important aspect that we can find in history plays, if we look into the with the general perspective, when it comes to the national identity, sometimes the very war and the very conflict. Now why Shakespeare has written these plays into the 16th century, later 16th century? There might be one reason, that during the period of Queen Elizabeth, the war of roses were over, Spanish Armada was defeated, so finally England become almost politically, socially and economically a very stable and very strong country. So in a general way it gives people of that England of that particular period to compare England of that time and England of the time of the King Richard, or England of the past of the 14th century. Now at the same time, While Shakespeare is not giving historical account of all such incidents that happened in the past, Shakespeare also included some of these symbolic characters which can be found into every time. You see, Shakespeare's characters are almost universal. They are mixtures of morality, immorality, truth and false, or good and bad. So they gives us they give us a kind of an you see close observance to criticize the current contemporary people and current political scenario. Now you see people definitely would become happy when they go to the theater and they find all these history plays. You see, they talk about the conflict, they talk about the dissatisfaction of the people, they talk about the instability of the kings and the relationship, the conflict between the family, the conflict among the different region. Definitely the people of the Elizabethan period, they would be very happy with their queen. So this is how it serves the very political purpose at the same time. And the last, I would like to conclude in the way that you see, all the plays of whether they are comedies or tragedies or histories, they have a very close you see relationship with the current flow of the life. In one or the other way, they reflect the human life. As we all know, it's a very popular statement for Shakespeare that he studied life in a very close way. Okay, this is the end. Thank you very much. બરાબર હતું કે બધું એવું જ?
Sandhan, all Gujarat integrated classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.